Good morning! Hey, it is July the 22nd, 2022, and welcome to Jake's Bounty! That's right, I'm in my room, and hey, it's been hot, it'll keep being hot. Let's do it. Unfamiliar Friday, baby. All right, thank you very much for tuning in to Jake's Bounty. I am your host, Jake Hernandez, a little too far away from the camera here. I want you to see my ugly mug. There we go. A little bit cockeyed. That's what she said. Well, I want to go ahead and tell you today is Friday, Unfamiliar Friday, music from a band, well, you might not know of, or maybe you do, who knows, Mudhoney. Maybe you guys have heard of them. Anyway, we'll talk about today's music. That music that you heard right there was from Hot Licks. That's right, Hot Licks. That was from their Breakfast LP. You can pick that up in the end of August. So coming up here pretty quickly, all right? Also, I want to tell you about, we've got Dog Training for Dummies. And we've got, there's Dog Training for Dummies, $5.99, type in the word dummy on my website. And we've got retro, trivia, puzzles right there, 70s and 80s. Also $5.99 when you type in the word retro on my website, okay? Alright, well, let's go ahead and get into the news. We had some news over the weekend, or actually over yesterday, not the weekend. It's coming up. New California law aims to crack down on catalytic converter thefts. Assembly Jim Patterson introduced the bill, and the CHP task force is going to be in mind with this whole new law, which is coming to an effect in January. All right. They talked about the hearings, day 8 yesterday of January 6th committee hearings. Just the whole thing about what happened at the Capitol on that day, and whether or not President Trump should be held accountable, and just very boring. I tried to get a whole little brief synopsis of it. I couldn't watch it. Just fell asleep and shit. All right, next bit of news. Fresno City Council President on extortion, Nelson Esperanza said no, he's not guilty and he's not going anywhere. He's like a bad case of VD. But Councilmember Gary Bredefeld is the one who came out and said the things about him embezzling and whatnot. So we'll see what has to happen in the next coming few weeks and months with Nelson Esparza. All right, a man who escaped police in downtown Fresno now back in custody. 29-year-old Jerry Hayes. He escaped after the police opened the door of the van. I guess he was shirtless and he only had one handcuffed on, and he was running around till about 1:30 p.m. That's when they caught back up to him. You just imagine that, him just be running around and shit, one handcuff, shirt off. It would only make for a really good, shitty, low-budget Hollywood movie. I think the movie was called Fled. No, just kidding. Let's go ahead and get to the next story. Merced man who murdered his family in 1998 is denied parole. Daniel Henson was 16 when he killed his father, brother, son, and stepmom. I think I told you about this. He was going up for parole. I said maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Anyway, he was denied parole. So he'll still be serving his 176 years. And doesn't matter that he was 16 when he did it, because, man, he killed 4 people, and those 4 people happen to be part of his family. All right, let's go ahead and tell you about retro trivia, games, puzzles over here at Jake's Bounty for the 70s and 80s. All right, let's go ahead and look something up and find. All right, which song did Billy Joel write after being inspired by moonlighting? Was it Big Man on Mulberry Street, Uptown Girl, The Longest Time, or a Scene from an Italian Restaurant? I'm going to go with The Longest Time because Moonlighting came out in 1984, I think, maybe 85. I don't know. The answer is A. Joel said he was inspired to write the song after watching Moonlight, and then he offered to producers to be on the show. They used it in the episode aptly titled Big Man on Mulberry Street. Okay, so I was wrong. I did not know Big Man on Mulberry Street was a big hit, alright? I know Uptown Girl, I know The Longest Time, I think I know Scenes from Italian Restaurant, but I don't know Big Man on Mulberry Street. Put that in the comments below if you guys happen to know the lyrics to that song. But anyway, you can get that and many other questions. Maybe you got that one right, I don't know. But it's over here at this book, Retro Trivia Games, Puzzles for 70s and 80s, $5.99 when type in the word retro over here at Jake's Bounty, alright? Well, let's go ahead and talk to you about Mudhoney, alright? Mudhoney. They are a band that was popular back in the grunge era. I mean, they're still around to this day, which is crazy, being, 30 years plus, I think, from when they started. Anyway, this album we're going to talk about from Mudhoney is entitled Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge. Remember the scales in music class? Alright, it's a second studio album by the grunge band Mudhoney. It was recorded in 1991 at a time when the band was thinking of signing to a major label record deal, but decided to release the album on Sub Pop. The album ships 50,000 copies in its original release and is credited with helping to keep Sub Pop in business. Wow, good job, Mudhoney. Guitarist Steve Turner has said the album is his favorite Mudhoney album as a whole. There is an alternate version called Checkout Time on the Let It Slide EP. Alright. The album was recorded on low quality tape via an 8-track let me try that again. The album was recorded on low quality tape via an 8-track disc. It is named after a mnemonic used by music students to recall the notes. Every good boy deserves fudge on the lines of the treble clef. There we go. Alright. Here's some of the reviews for it. Entertainment Weekly wrote, imagine the heaviest of Black Sabbath heavy metal, only somewhat speeded up with the added touches of humor, and you have a good explanation of Mudhoney, the way of life. Alright. And then, along with the band's debut EP, Super Fuzz Big Muff, the album was included in 1001 albums you must hear before you die. Okay. Such featured songs are Generation Genocide, Let It Slide, Good Enough, Something to So Clear, Thorn, Into the Drink, Broken Hands, Who You Driving Now, Move Out, Shoot the Moon, Fuzz Gun 91, Poking Around, Don't Fade 4, and Check Out Time. Alright. And then, of course, the 30th anniversary of the album came out just last year in 2021. So, that's a pretty big deal. Anyway, you can go pick this album up in any record store, or go pick it up at YouTube. I don't know why I wanted to say Viacom, but that's not right. Spotify or Pandora. All right, so go pick that up. That's Mudhoney. Every good boy deserves fudge. All right. Well, hey, it worked, because yesterday I not only got 50 subscribers, I got 52. So I want to thank you guys for that, and I want to thank you for more views on my TikTok and other videos as well, and I'll be sure to put one out as well today. Alright, I'm going to talk to you about my cans. Let's go ahead and see my cans, because it's been a while, right? And you guys are like, Jake, do you even collect cans anymore? You just, do ESP and say that you got them. We want proof, So, with proof in the pudding right here, okay? We're going in my garage. I know I said it's hotter than hell in here and shit like that, and it is. But here I'm collecting cans still. Here's the bottles, the glass. All right, Juaritos, Calypso, Modelo. There's the cans right here. All right, and there's some water bottles. Okay. Now you have to take my word for it. All right. You guys were like, Jake, we believed you the whole time. All right. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about Monday. Even though I told you about Monday yesterday when I showed you about Friday, Monday will be having it happen this day in history. Hold on, put this tripod back. All right. We'll be having it happen this day in history. We'll also be having some new music from what's called the Breakfast Club. But no, it's Hot Licks of the album The Breakfast LP. We'll be having that. We'll be having the news, my bounty, so much more. So come on back, watch my TikTok TikTok videos. I'll be having more of those out today. And again, thanks for the subscribing and the views. It really helps me a lot. And just thank you for everything. And I'll see you guys on Monday. You guys have a good rest of the weekend. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And right now, here is Hot Licks, some of the Breakfast LP. All right, which will be released at the end of August. I will see you guys Monday. All right. You guys have a good rest of the weekend. Peace. Jake's Bounty was filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2022. You can follow us on Facebook, our channel's website. We would like to comment as always. Please subscribe.